But hey, all that rainfall we had last week, it really helped with the drought conditions we had across South Florida and the Treasure Coast. We were seeing moderate to severe drought conditions. Now we're just down to very dry throughout most of the Treasure Coast and completely out of it there for South Florida all the way down to the Keys. Now, over the next couple of days, we're not expecting a significant amount of rainfall here across South Florida, but you can see a bulk of that moisture from Jacksonville just to the north of the Orlando area from that tropical disturbance that we're watching just to the east of the Bahamas. So right now it has about a 40% chance of becoming a tropical depression, a very small window before it impacts land. Now, it won't have a direct impact for us here in South Florida or the Treasure Coast, but it could bring in some heavy rainfall, as you saw, for the Jacksonville area all the way into southern portions of the state of Georgia. So that's something we're just going to be tracking there for you. If it does become a tropical depression, that'll be the second one of the season. Now, we have another area that we're watching for further development, kind of like the storm we had earlier, Alberta, with the same setup where it's going to move into the Gulf of Mexico, where it has a better chance of further developing into a tropical depression, maybe even a tropical storm by the weekend. This will not impact us at all across the state of Florida, but it could bring that heavy rain from Mexico, once again, all the way to Texas and even South Louisiana. So hurricane season definitely ramping up. Temperatures right now, we have 85 degrees in Jupiter, east wind at 17 miles per hour. Feels like temperature in the low 90s. So humidity really making it feel sticky outside. And as we go throughout the next several hours, looking good. We have a stray shower chance in the forecast through the late afternoon, but it's not going to be like what we had earlier this morning where we had that widespread scattered rainfall work its way in across South Florida all the way into the southern portions of the Treasure Coast. Now, heading into your weekend forecast, still looking about a good amount of rainfall developing mostly inland, pushing to the western half of the state both Saturday and Sunday, leaving us dry and pretty hot. We're going to see those numbers back into the 90s. Radar showing not much activity as of now. Most of the showers are for southern Palm Beach County there, moving off towards the west. Much drier conditions though along our coastal areas. Again, stray shower 2 can't be ruled out. As we fast forward throughout the rest of your Thursday, looking pretty good. We have that wind coming in out of the northeast, so still fairly breezy at times. Heading into the overnight through the next couple days, we're still going to be dealing with a little bit of a wind gust here and there within the 20s, but otherwise no major impacts in our weather department. Now, as we head into your Saturday, very summer-like trend. We'll see a couple showers developing inland after the lunch hour, and then we have the dominant east coast sea breeze pushing those showers and storms to the western half of the state, both Saturday and both Sunday. So we're not looking at a widespread rainfall coverage, but still a good amount of showers and storms in the picture. Rough conditions offshore, as mentioned. We still have the high surf advisory as well as the small craft advisory in place. Seas at around 4 to 6 feet. First day of summer for today. Take advantage of it. Temperatures otherwise in the 90s. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, low 90s. A couple scattered showers and storms in the forecast. You could see some of those storms are drifting towards the east coast Monday all the way through your Wednesday, with mid 90s making a return.